Hello and welcome to All the Boards and a brand new week. Here we are, well and truly into November, and the countdown to Christmas is on. We've got 2 paychecks left. We've got about 50 days before the big one. So if, like me, you haven't started thinking about Christmas presents yet, the clock is ticking. And if you're thinking about grabbing a board game or you're not sure about what to get someone for Christmas, do come on into the shop. We'll be happy to advise you and find the perfect gifts for that special someone, whether that is just some little stocking presents, maybe a secret Santa for people at work, that big board game that your boyfriend or your girlfriend has always wanted. Whatever it is, we're happy to help find exactly what it is that you need in terms of tabletop entertainment. To that end, we are going to begin this week's video obviously with our product highlights, starting with this week's game of the week, and we have gone for Adulthood here from Brotherwise Games. Now this looks like a very, very fun and light-hearted game. In a nutshell, it's all about being an adult, about managing your time, your money, your energy, cultivating relationships, getting a career, getting a home, being able to go on holiday, all those kinds of things. A bit like a modern version of Game of Life, if anyone remembers that as a child. However, this one, sort of a bit more of a resource management game, as you only have finite resources of each, and then you're basically working your way through the month, trying to achieve as much as you can. So it looks light-hearted, it looks fun. I love the artwork, very sort of in keeping with the theme, I think. And yeah, it just looks like a very fun, light-hearted game for people. We all know that everyone's having a bit of a struggle these days, and we can either sit around and mope about it, or we can try and have ourselves a little bit of fun, maybe a bit of fantasy as well with Adulthood here. So if you are looking for a fun game that's maybe a little bit tongue-in-cheek, then do consider this, Adulthood, this week's game of the week. Next, something that is normally a little bit outside of our purview, but we got it in because we had customers asking for it, and that is the 3rd edition rulebook for Bolt Action. Now, we don't normally do miniatures here, but we got them in because we have the account with Osprey, and we had customers asking us for those books. We do have a few books left over, so if you or someone you know plays Bolt Action and is looking out for the 3rd edition of the rules, we do have them available here to purchase. The front of the book comes with a wonderful brief history of different battles throughout World War II before going into the rule set proper for the game itself. Having not played, but having watched a few of the games from some of our regulars, it is a very interesting, very strategic miniatures game, and whether you're a sort of fan, I guess, or a enthusiast of World War II, or you just enjoy wargaming miniatures, then do consider this. And it's a wonderful, wonderful rulebook, very laid out for Bolt Action. So that is available in the shop should you or someone you know wish to purchase. Next on our product highlight, we've got this lovely little game, Little Explorers. This is an AR game for kids. So basically, the idea behind this is that it's an immersive treasure hunt that they can do at home. So you will place cards around the home. They will get the free app on their phones, and they will go around, scan the cards, and there'll be different puzzles and things for them to solve. This came out of the hit Amelia's Secret, which was an adult horror escape room game. And we played that one and we absolutely loved it. So it's great that there's a kids version. There's a few different themes in here as well. You can see we've got astronauts, dinosaurs and pirates, as well as a load of invitations, so you can set it up like a party and have your children's friends come round to help them solve the various different mysteries in the box. Next up is perhaps one of my favourite releases of the year, and that is Loot. This is one that I got to see back in the Toy Fair in January, so coming up to a year ago when we first saw this. and again, it just really took me. It's bright, it's colourful, all the pieces are clear. You've got this lovely central board, as well as each player having their own private board. It's a very intuitive game to play. You place your piece somewhere next to an existing Viking. You get to take that resource, and then if you happen to be near a house, a castle, or a tower, if you meet the prerequisites for those, you get to take one of those as well, and all of these will be added to your own land. Basically, you're raiding here, taking back stuff home to feed and protect your own Viking nation. Really, really good fun. It sets up in minutes, also variable player counts as well, so it depends on how many players will actually influence the makeup of the board as well, which I really do like, which means that it scales fantastically for 2 to 4 players. And again, everything in it is just well represented. There's no confusing iconography. The rulebook is very, very well laid out in terms of the rule sets itself, the components list, as well as examples of play, which I think are just always in need of making sure that those examples of play are as clear as possible. Hypotheticals are great, but please make sure you do like this and give us those. But yeah, just a joy to play and lets you put your Viking hat on for a little while. That is Loot, and that is available now. Our last game in the product highlights is a little bit different to some of the stuff that we normally do, but one that we've had a lot of fun with playing anyway, and that is Triolet. So, on first thoughts, a lot of people looking at this will think, oh, this is Scrabble, and you're sort of like 99% right there. This is essentially Scrabble, but with numbers instead of letters. And what you're trying to do is, on your turn, you're trying to create lines of 3, can't be any more than lines of 3, and ideally making a number up to 15. It can't go above 15, but if you can make 15, that's called a triolet, that scores you extra points. There's also sort of go-agains, there's triple number and double number scoring as well, so really, really lets you ramp up the scoring, a bit like Scrabble. But yeah, just really, really good fun. And what I like about this over Scrabble is that it doesn't rely on memorising a bunch of obscure words that don't really exist in English but count because of the game, that score you lots of points. But if you ask someone to put it in a sentence, they don't know how what it's used for, which for me, just personally, a pet peeve of Scrabble there. This one just really wants people counting up to 15. Really, really good fun. I said, if you like Scrabble, this is one that I think you're going to absolutely love, and it's at a great price of $24.95 as well. So in that sort of £30 budget range that we like to promote here in the shop as much as possible. That is Triolet. These games, Loot and Triolet, we do have available in the board games library, so you can try these out. So next time you're down for board games, if you normally come down and maybe try something like Scrabble or Quirkle, grab Triolet and give that a go. I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun. Yeah, so that is Triolet there. So that wraps it up for this week's product highlights. Onto the events, and everything currently is running as normal. Obviously, we mentioned over the last week that we will be revamping our Sunday events and introducing a couple of other things into a new monthly schedule. So we obviously will have our Lorcana winner box slash set championships running every third Sunday of the month, following from January onwards. Then the second Sunday of every month from January onwards, we will be running Blood on the Clock Tower. That'll be running all day, 11 AM till 4 PM. So depending on the amount of numbers we get, we can have one large game, 2 medium games, or maybe a bunch of smaller games. And then the fourth Sunday of every month is going to be our RPG day. We're looking at setting up a group at least one group for Pathfinder, hopefully two if we find someone else who would like to do that. I will be running a D&D table that you can book into, that will be running one shots, and hopefully we'll also be running a D&D Battle Royale as well, which pitches teams against teams in a sort of team free-for-all. We've run a couple of those before, absolutely fun, but do keep an eye out on our social media over the next couple of months to find out more about those, as well as how to sign up on each of those. We're just looking to fill out the first Sunday of the month, so if you have any ideas, do let us know. We'd love to hear them. We're thinking about maybe a rotating board games day where we do a variety of different tournaments. But if you have anything that you would love to see monthly on a Sunday, do let us know, and if we can, we'll try and fit that in. But as we said, this week, as the schedule stands, everything is as normal. Our after school club is back up and running after a brief week off for the half-term holidays. So parents, if you're looking for a place to, a nice, safe, fun place for your children between school and dinner, do consider us. Our games room's got over 300 games. We only charge £1.50 per child between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. as well. And it just provides them a nice place, a nice social place where they can hang out with some friends in a safe environment. So that about wraps up everything for this week and this video. Looking forward to the rest of the month. We obviously have our our next winner box on the 17th of November. Tickets have started to sell on the website, and we do now ask everyone to either book via the website or come into the shop and pay at the time of booking. We're no longer accepting any walk-ins on the day, just due to the fact that we've had to turn people away because they didn't see that it was fully booked on the website or our social media. They just popped along, and unfortunately we had to refuse entry to them. So do make sure that you get your tickets booked one of those two ways. You can call us as well, and we will send you a payment link to confirm that. But whichever way you do it, make sure that you are booked in, you are paid upfront before the event. We said we'd hate to turn you away on the day. So that wraps up everything on this video, guys. So thank you all for watching. If you do have a question about any of the games that we've discussed, any of the events, or indeed anything really within the shop, as always, just chuck it in the comments below, drop us an email, call, come by the shop. Always happy to have a chat and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you all for watching, guys, and as always, we'll see you in the boardroom.